This is a quick video presentation on our MOODS project where we identified outlier passages and texts in the legislative process. There is too much text produced among proposed legislature and the congressional record to read thoroughly and completely. In recent years, scholars have turned to text mining to assist in digesting the public political record, such as classification or summarization methods. In this project, we used computational text mining and text analysis to quantify bills, adding indicators to better understand the legislation. Our measures that we used were novelty, how unique a bill is relative to other bills, heterogeneity, how topically diverse a bill might be, and topically divergent passages, identifying parts of bills that do not fit the focus of the bill or seem topically divergent. Our approach was to clean and tokenize our bills, and then we used a mixture of topic modeling, entropy, and Jensen-Shannon divergence to quantify our text.
The fundamental approach to MOODS involves treating our legislative bills as mixtures of topics. So essentially we do a fairly standard pre-processing, we clean, we convert words to their roots, and then we train a model sometimes called a topic model using a process called latent Dirichlet allocation. And this essentially lets us think about texts not just as mixtures of words, but as distributions of different underlying topics. We use those underlying topics to get at our measures of novelty and heterogeneity. For example, to understand how unique or concise text or bill is, you need something to compare against. And that's what we call a baseline. The baseline can be our distribution of topics, whether in all bills in history or our distribution of topics in a specific comparative context. For example, in a specific Congress from a given year. Then we take our target text and we look at the distribution of topics in that text and compare it to the baseline. Using a process called Jensen-Shannon divergence, then we can quantify how different our bill is from what's typical. For heterogeneity or diversity, we're essentially looking at how focused a bill is on a few topics, which would be low diversity, or on many topics, which would be high heterogeneity. Essentially, you can think of this as through the question of, if I chose a random passage from this bill, can I predict what topic it's going to be about, or can it be about a whole slew of things? Finally, we identify topically divergent passages, and these are passages that don't match the overarching theme of the bill. And these can essentially serve as highlighters for things to explore more. For example, here's a passage that talks about the presumption of how many cases of spirits you have to sell to be considered a wholesale dealer, and this was seen in a transportation bill. We can also make comparisons across time, or even looking at topics across time, so seeing how priorities of different Congresses change.
We think that this tool could be used for downstream text analysis by legislators, watchdogs, citizens, and scholars. And as we move forward with the project, we hope to analyze these measures and potentially apply these methods beyond this project.